What's up, beautiful people? I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to this. A lot of things are happening. The world is changing around us. The so-called conspiracy theorists and the truthers, all of their sayings and what they believe are finally coming to fruition. One thing you people need to understand is about my generation and most of the so-called conspiracy theorists actually come out of the 80s, and we used to spend a lot of time talking about Freemasons and what they were supposed to do in this time and all of the things that they were trying to bring to fruition in this time to gain world power. A lot of the things that are happening right now have been within my realm of knowledge since the late 80s, 1996. I mean, when they started to release a lot of books, a lot of cult classics on the Illuminati. I mean, books actually telling about the Freemasons and what they do. One book in particular that I read actually told you the truth about Freemasons. Let me tell you some specific facts about their organization. They prefer redheads in their satanic sacrificial rituals because they think the redheads are the purebloods, and that's just one of the things that they do. They're very racist. They're very bent on supremacy and superiority of the race and so-called keeping the race clean. These are all Nazi things. And to avoid the fact of these things ever coming out to the public, they give a lot of things to the community. They control money. So money really doesn't mean anything to them. When I say they control money, if you don't know the history of the Federal Reserve and the Rothschilds and the Jesuits and the state of the Vatican, because it's not actually a part of Rome, it is an actual state within Rome. Vatican City, that's what they call it. So if you really understand what is actually unfolding with the Pope right now, I mean, you got the Bushes, and then you got the Rockefellers supposedly hiding out on some mountain. I mean, you have all of these families that Obama's a part of, Kerry's part of, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, all the actors that we look up to are all part of the 13 bloodline. Now, everybody is so quick to point the fingers at the Pope as a scapegoat, when the fact of the matter is all of them do the same thing that this man does. They may say that, oh, this man threatened us and this and this and this. I'm sorry. I would rather slit my wrist, suck up a bullet, be buried 6 feet under before I participate in a sacrificial ritual that involves women and children. That is just the truth. So there's nothing that I don't give a fuck if it's Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Justin Timberlake, Madonna. They all were in it, doing it, part of this cult. I don't give a fuck what they can say. You have a choice. You have a choice of what you do, and now they're claiming to be the victims. How long have we been listening to Madonna? How long has Justin Timberlake been on TV? How long have we been watching Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt? There's a reason why they're on top of Hollywood and get millions for these films. They're part of the 13 bloodline where they get paid to do these scripts. They get paid to lie to us. They get paid to act and to make us feel for them and to look up for them. This is thou shalt not worship false idols. So now the truth is coming out about their occultism and their involvement, and now everybody's wanting to point the finger at one man. Okay, how could the Bushes still be out of jail when they're admitting to what the Pope did? What about what they did? They're acting like this man, this one clergy, this one organization in the Vatican pulled off 9/11? Oh, excuse me, Bush. Are you forgetting about Arbusto Energies and Osama bin Laden and fake Al-Qaeda? I mean, Osama bin Laden was in bed with the Bushes since the 80s, and Arbusto Energies, Osama bin Laden's father, gave the Bushes millions and millions of dollars and still is a part of Arbusto Energies even today. Osama bin Laden's FBI cover name is Tim Osman. So these are facts that don't involve the Pope. I'm not trying to, excuse the Pope. He's one evil motherfucker. But when I start to see like reports by Benjamin Fulford and other things that I'm reading where it's just like the Pope, what about the rest of them? It's the whole bloodline. This is what they do. Rothschilds, Windsors, Rockefellers. I mean, all of them. Every last one of them. 13 bloodlines. 13 families, 13 names. Which actually, the Pope does not carry any of their names. He's a Jesuit. The Jesuits are at the top of the Illuminati pyramid. But then it trickles down to all the people that we watch in the movies, on TV, and that everybody's friends with on Facebook, that everybody think is so cool. They're sick. And the thing is, this sickness, they get addicted to doing this. So now, what you have is these factions of evil motherfuckers not wanting to admit to what they do when they're all a part of that inner closed big demonic circle. Now, the fact of the matter is, if they had their way, if the truth seekers, if the so-called conspiracy theorists were so not gung-ho and willing to give up their lives for truth, because that's what we've done. How many of these conspiracy theorists have just died and in secret and just came up missing, and their families and friends the same, because they've gotten too close to the truth, like these scientists have done that have created revolutionary things that could change the human race for the better, and just because it conflicts with General Motors or free energy, like Nikola Tesla's free energy machine, they suppress it and kill off the person and anybody that knows. This is what they've done throughout history. These 13 bloodlines. Now, if it was up to them, their world prophecy, World War III, people, we'd all be dead. 85% of the world's population dead, and then 90% left to service them as slaves and to do what they want. Excuse me, not 90%, it's 15%, okay? And that's it. I mean, 85% of the world's population would be poisoned off, and they're still doing it. They've created their companies like Kellogg's, like Pepsi, like Coke is a Nazi company. Always has been, people. Started out mixing cocaine and chocolate together. And they run the industry. These companies still exist. These are the Illuminati companies that are filled with poison, where they've been trying to depopulate the world even now. But everybody's like, oh, the Pope. No, people. The Pope is a scapegoat to draw attention from what they're still doing. You're going to have a lot of them come out and start speaking, oh, this and this, and pointing the fingers at this person, when they're just as guilty as the person that they're talking about, if not more guilty. Like I said before, There's nothing you can do to me or say to me that's gonna make me take a life of a child in a witchcraft, Freemason, satanic ritual, or have sex with kids in a ritual that goes on for days. This is what all of them do. It is a sickness. They are sick. So that every government agent, every Russian agent, every fucking agent, policeman that is not part of this organization that has a fucking brain, think. All they're doing is trying to buy time so they can continue to do their shit and to figure out how they can resurrect their Luciferian shit. And that's it. Now I'd like to bring your attention to a movie called Devil's Advocate. If you've never seen it, please fucking watch it. It's profound. It is truth rubbed in your fucking face. Now I'd like to bring you to the end of the movie. Okay? Where the devil doesn't have his Antichrist. Keanu Reeves, rather than giving into this evil shit, he shot himself. That's it. There's no victim. I mean, I'm sorry, I'd rather die to be part of that evil Luciferian shit. And now these people are gonna claim, oh, they took me as kids, I'm a victim. Bullshit. You're an adult. You make choices. And your choice was to give your soul to these wicked motherfuckers. Now, at the end of The Devil's Advocate, notice, Keanu Reeves kills himself, ruins the devil's plans. What does the devil do? He rewinds time and then comes back in Keanu's life as somebody else to try to redo his shit. Now, this is profound because most of you people don't think that the government or these evil motherfuckers have access to time gates, have access to things like Project Montauk, have access to things like chronovision, which was invented to give people vision into the future, and then this thing was adapted to be a thing called looking window, which they show you in the movie Deja Vu. Most people don't think this shit exists. Okay, if it doesn't exist, why are there so many papers? Why is there a lot of scientists talking about it? I can tell you that Stargates do exist because of my experience in Paris, in the underground base where beneath the Bastille is even today. French intelligence run this base. Okay, this base was owned and controlled by the Rothschilds of Paris because they own Paris. They own more property in France than any other Frenchman. They're fucking Nazis. They stole it from the days of Solomon Rothschild, and then his great-great-grandson Hitler came and continues today to do the shit in France in secret. So I can honestly tell you, there is a fucking Stargate. And it don't take much to use this thing to go through a time gate. Just takes an adjustment of numbers and fluctuations, and that's it. So that every stupid, uninformed, dumbass motherfucking agent of the US government, of world governments, of secret organizations that don't fucking know, and that this shit is a little bit too over your fucking pay level. Don't give these motherfuckers an ounce of time. See, that's what people don't get. Time is precious. Time is all we have. And these motherfuckers, give them a second, give them 2 minutes, give them a fucking day. What is that? It's another kid gone. More time to give them to think, to plot their way out of this demonic shit they've been doing to innocent humans throughout time. Give them time to figure out another lie. Ask a question of truth. Did you do this? Takes them about 2 seconds to think of a lie. No, they're trained. They got 1,000 lies made up. And now they'd rather give the truth about somebody else rather than themselves. Point the finger at him. Oh, I'm innocent. Still continue to worship me. Don't take away my property that I got off the backs of billions and billions of innocent women and children, and I'd still have, even if we had our way, and you'd be dead, Mr. Person asking the fucking question. So excuse me for my language, but finally, there's a little bit of gasoline to throw in the fire that's been burning a long time inside of me and a lot of people that have just been sitting by trying to expose the truth about what they've been doing to our families, our friends, innocent women and children, people that we love that did nothing to no one, the innocents. They don't have a voice to speak. They're gone. They're on another plane. They're in heaven. But we're still here. So I strongly urge you, if you know about any of these goddamn motherfuckers, don't give them a fucking second to do what they do, to think their way out of this, to spend some more time at their fucking companies like Starbucks, to continue to put fucking more poison in our food because it is there through GMOs. Bill Gates owns over 500,000 shares of Monsanto's. What does that say? One guilty motherfucker. And I'm recording this on his operation system, Windows. And I don't give a fuck if he knows. Get hip to the game. Quit being stupid. I'm saying it like it is. You can't dispute it. I'm a fucking MC. Motherfucking Nazis bleed. Don't ever fucking doubt me. I used to do this on the streets. Real MCs don't like the bullshit. We always come in with it. And if you step to me, I'll fucking smash you poetically. If you don't know me, I'm a real fucking G. And I'm really pissed off on behalf of the kids. Understand what they've been doing and what they did. Now the fucking truth about the Pope is out. The Jesuits, the whole fucking clergy. They're evil as fuck. If you don't know this, if you don't know strictly poetics, if you don't know free flow, if you don't know what we do, hey, fuck you. I'm an MC and I'm pissed. You have no idea what they did to me and my family and still fucking with my kids even if they ain't born and I don't got them. This is for them. So they ain't born in a world full of demonic fucking 13 blood Illuminati Freemason sworn to Satan bitches. If you want to fuck with me, I'm a real MC, I'm a fucking artist and I'm a poet. And if you don't like this, I'm gonna let you know it. I am Zakaos. Simply poetic. Do something. Fucking don't sit there. Don't give these motherfuckers an ounce. I don't fucking dare not tell the truth about what the fuck they do. Peace. All of their sayings and what they believe are finally coming to fruition. One thing you people need to understand is about my generation and most of the so-called conspiracy theorists actually come out of the 80s, and we used to spend a lot of time talking about Freemasons and what they were supposed to do in this time and all of the things that they were trying to bring to fruition in this time to gain world power. A lot of the things that are happening right now have been within my realm of knowledge since the late 80s, 1996. I mean, when they started to release a lot of books, a lot of cult classics on the Illuminati. I mean, books actually telling about the Freemasons and what they do. What's up, beautiful people? So, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to this. A lot of things are happening. The world is changing around us. The so-called conspiracy theorists and the truthers. One book in particular that I read actually told you the truth about Freemasons. Let me tell you some specific facts about their organization. They prefer redheads in their satanic sacrificial rituals because they think the redheads are the purebloods and